grinding of metal gears echoed around the cargo bay as the female Earthling toiled beneath the burnt-out winch. Tools of all kinds lay scattered around her feet, and the slight smell of oil mixed with burnt bone lingered in my nose.
What took you so long?
I had to get dressed. She peeked out at me from under the winch.
You're wearing the same clothes.
These are the only clothes I have.
I sent Rusty to bring you a fresh pair.
He did. I mean, I didn't let him in my room.
Why is that?
I was nude. She slid out, wiped her hands on a dirty rag, then tossed it into a nearby tool cart.
You feel weird being nude in front of a robot?
Is that strange?
Yes.
She made her way to a large toolbox, grabbed a few tools, and shimmied back under the winch.
Hand me the torque coupling.
I surveyed the tools and grabbed what I felt best resembled such a device.
That's a form attachment. I need the torque coupling. It's yellow, looks like a circle with a handle attached to it.
I spotted the tool and handed it to her. After a few loud bangs, a gear came rolling out and stopped near the toe of my boot.
So, tell me why you decided not to spend the rest of your days on some paradise moon.
Greg Finan.
I thought it was called Zarpan.
The moon? Yes. Greg Finan was one of my best friends. We used to perform shows in his basement. It was frowned upon, but we did it anyway. Then, one day, after a schoolmate was exiled to Zarpan for being not normal, me and Greg made a promise. If either of us were ever picked to leave, we swore never to travel to Zarpan.
And why is that?
Originally, it was an honor to be picked. Going in search of Earth was reserved for the bravest among us, the heroes. But, as time went on, and we lost hero after hero, the tradition turned sinister. Then, someone started sending the less desirable among us, knowing the odds of them returning were slim. And, in some poor attempt to feel better about what they were doing, the exiled were granted 3 wishes before they were sent off.
How nice of them.
It was barbaric, especially for a species that considers itself so advanced.
You'd be surprised how barbaric an advanced civilization can be.
I wandered the room as memories came pouring back. 3 wishes, and everyone always picked the same thing. Their favorite wig, a spare wig, and a one-way ticket to Zarpan. For over 100 years, Wig Wig Zarpan, just like clockwork. It even became a slogan. People would scribble it on alley walls, Wig Wig Zarpan. Rusty rolled into the room, but paid us no mind as he went about his business cleaning. Eventually, my friend Greg was picked. And even though we promised not to go, he caved. And off to Zarpan he went, with his 2 favorite wigs. The female Earthling sat up from the winch, tied back her thick red hair. When they came for me a year later, I kept my promise. I refused my one-way ticket to Zarpan. Instead, I picked a journal, supplies, and a spaceship. I'll never forget the look on their faces.
I would have liked to have seen that.
She walked over to her tools. Rusty wobbled over and handed the female Earthling a few screws he found during his cleaning.
Thank you, Rusty. Not sure what I would do without you.
Rusty rolled back to the other end of the room and continued to tidy up.
So instead of living out your days in paradise, you're stuck with an Earthling, half a robot, and a malfunctioning ship.
I wouldn't have it any other way. The female Earthling dropped the screws into a small dish.
One thing. Your wig. You told me you lost it chasing me around the galaxy.
Let's just say I managed to stuff a 4th wish down my pants. She nearly cracked a smile.
Rusty, please tell me we have more Class 8 sprocket clamps on board.
Rusty's eyes glowed red, then faded.
There are no more Class 8 sprocket clamps aboard the ship, Master.
Didn't we pick up a few on Catterick?
I believe you lent them to Gavone. to fix his broken winch. I do not believe he has ever reimbursed us. This makes me the word annoyed.
Me too, Rusty. Set a course for Bobber 4.
Rusty rolled past me and into the hall.
If it's any consolation, I think you made the right decision.
She typed something into her wrist.
I'll send Rusty to your room with my journal and some fresh clothes. Read entry 0. It's time for you to meet the boogeyman.